Have you ever been lost? It doesn't happen often, but every once in a while, a teacher is sick. When that happens, we call in Miss Insensible. She is one of our substitutes that will come and help by teaching a class for the day. When Miss Insensible got there today, I greeted her at the door and thanked her for coming. I explained that she would be teaching in Mr. Ailing's class for the day. She asked for directions. I explained that she would be on the third floor in room 306. After thanking me, she went on her way. I went about my morning greeting students and teachers as they came in the building for the day. Just a few minutes later, the bell rang, and the announcements came over the intercom. I heard the music teacher, Miss Lyric, lead the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the national anthem. Coach Trainer came on the announcements next and told the news for the day. It was a pleasant start to the morning, and I was ready to see what the students would be doing today. One of the women who worked in the front office, Miss Baru, came over to me and mentioned that there was a small problem. Alarm slammed through me, and I quickly asked her to explain the situation. Miss Baru said that there was no teacher in Mr. Ailing's class. That's strange, I thought. That was the class that Miss Insensible was headed to that morning. 2 students came into the office just then to drop off items. They mentioned that a teacher was walking around the library in the middle of our circular school, looking around each tall bookshelf. I thought it might be Miss Insensible, but then another student came in and said, "There's a teacher with glasses walking around and around the hallway, looking through each door window." When I asked her if I could help, she said she was just looking for her class. Bingo, I thought. That has to be Miss Insensible. Before I could even explain the situation, Miss Clever called down to the front office to say that Mr. Ailing's class had no teacher, and that the teachers on that hall were dividing his class until we sent a substitute. I quickly explained that I thought our substitute was lost, but that I would quickly find her. I walked around and around each level of the school and finally found her on the roof. "Miss Insensible," I exclaimed, "I have been looking everywhere for you." Miss Insensible replied, "Oh my, I have been so lost." Miss Insensible chirped, "I just keep walking around in circles, getting nowhere." We quickly walked to Mr. Ailing's class and collected the students so that they could begin their day. Maybe the school is a little tricky to navigate, as the circular shape makes things look the same. All I can say is there is never a boring moment at Jolly Elementary. Sequence lessons. Events happen throughout our lives each day. Many times we follow the same schedule every day. We wake up and then we get ready for school and finally we go to school. You wouldn't usually get a bath and then get up from bed. That just would not work. Sometimes our schedule changes and the events or the ways that things usually happen are done in a different order. There are many examples of sequence in the story. For example, when Miss Insensible got there that day, I greeted her at the door and thanked her for coming. Shows the order of events from Miss Cardinal's viewpoint. First, Miss Insensible arrived at the school. Then, Miss Cardinal greeted her at the door. Finally, Miss Cardinal thanked her for coming. See if you can sequence other events in the story without going in circles or getting lost, like Miss Insensible.